Welcome to Headphone News, Montreal edition for Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. In today's episode, we will quickly cover 15 news articles in 15 minutes. Let's dive in.
Montreal's housing challenge. Did you know that nearly 800 buildings in Montreal are sitting empty while the city grapples with a housing crisis? This situation has led to a delay in the rollout of the new vacant property registry, which was established over a year ago to address this pressing issue. Under the law, property owners are required to register any unused buildings and pay an annual fee if their properties have been vacant for more than a year. They must also keep these properties in good condition and heated to at least 50 degrees Fahrenheit. If they fail to comply, they could face significant fines of up to 250,000 Canadian dollars, which is about 185,000 US dollars. Critics are raising concerns about whether the city can effectively enforce these regulations. This ongoing housing crisis highlights the urgent need for solutions to manage these vacant properties and meet the growing demand for affordable housing.
Concerns about ghost guns in Canada. People are increasingly worried about ghost guns in Canada. These are untraceable firearms that individuals can make at home. The issue gained attention after Luigi Mangione was arrested in connection with the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Authorities found a possible 3D printed handgun in his possession. In 2023, a special unit led by Quebec provincial police arrested 45 people and seized 440 weapons, including ghost guns. A new law, known as Bill C-21, makes it illegal to manufacture or own ghost guns without a license. This law aims to tackle the growing danger these firearms present. Experts warn that advancements in 3D printing technology allow people to easily create significant parts of a firearm. The rise of ghost guns poses serious difficulties for community safety and law enforcement in Canada.
Lion Electric faces financial challenges in Quebec. Lion Electric, a maker of electric buses and trucks based in Quebec, Canada, has filed for bankruptcy protection due to serious financial troubles. The company is grappling with debts over $411 million. In 2024, Lion Electric laid off 920 employees, raising worries among school bus operators about how they will maintain their electric buses. To address these challenges, Lion Electric has until December 16 to repay its loans, giving them time to consider selling the company or its assets. The Quebec government has stepped in with an investment of $177 million, while the federal government has added another $30 million to support the company. Experts believe that reorganizing the company could help Lion Electric keep operating, although it may have to scale back. This situation highlights the difficulties businesses face in the electric vehicle industry and underscores the vital role of government assistance in promoting innovation and sustainability.
Montreal blackout affects Hydro-Québec customers. Imagine waking up to a freezing house with no power in the middle of winter. On December 14, 2024, that was the reality for about 1,200 customers in the Saint-Michel borough of Montreal, Quebec. A power outage struck due to a problem with underground power lines. Tragically, 6 people faced serious health issues from carbon monoxide poisoning after using barbecues indoors to stay warm. Hydro-Québec acted quickly to restore power, completing initial repairs by December 16. Just when it seemed the power was back, another problem occurred, delaying full restoration. To help, generators were set up, providing temporary power and bringing electricity back to over 300 customers by that evening. By December 17, nearly 60% of those affected were relying on generators. In response to the crisis, emergency shelters were set up to assist families in need. This incident highlights the critical importance of safety and readiness during power outages.
Canada's inflation update. Have you noticed your grocery bills getting heavier? You're not alone. Canada's inflation rate has dropped to 1.9% as of November 2023, mainly due to lower mortgage interest costs and a decrease in travel tour prices. However, Grocery prices have skyrocketed by 19.6% since November 2021, putting a strain on household budgets. Shelter costs have risen by 4.6% year over year, and rental prices have increased by 7.7%. On a brighter note, gas prices have seen a slight drop of 0.5%. Core inflation measures, which leave out unpredictable prices, remain above the Bank of Canada's target. The median consumer price index is at 2.6%, while the trimmed version is at 2.7%. Economists expect the Bank of Canada to take a slow and steady approach to interest rate cuts as we move into 2025. The central bank will meet on January 29, 2024, to discuss potential changes to monetary policy. Upcoming inflation figures might be influenced by a temporary goods and services tax holiday on certain items, adding another layer of complexity to the economic landscape. How will these changes affect your spending habits in the coming months?
Canada Post strike concludes amid labor disputes. The strike by Canada Post workers has officially ended after 32 days, with over 55,000 employees returning to work following an order from the board that oversees labor relations in Canada. This strike began on November 15, 2024, driven by disputes over pay raises and job conditions. The Canadian Union of Postal Workers is challenging the government's involvement in this labor conflict. As operations resume, Canadians can expect a wave of delays in receiving their mail, as the company works to clear a backlog of letters and packages waiting to be delivered. Facing financial difficulties, Canada Post is exploring ways to boost its income, including expanding its delivery services. The outcome of this situation could significantly shape future negotiations between workers and employers in Canada. How will this impact our views on labor rights and the essential services we rely on?
Canada's automatic tax filing initiative. The Canadian federal government is making exciting strides with its automatic tax filing initiative, aimed at simplifying tax season for low and middle-income Canadians. Beginning in 2025, the Canada Revenue Agency will automatically take care of tax returns for some lower-income individuals. Recently, a pilot program invited over 2 million eligible Canadians to file their taxes using phone and online options. As of November 3, 2023, an impressive 93% of participants successfully filed their returns, leading to about 3 billion Canadian dollars, roughly $2.22 billion US, in benefits and credits distributed. However, 1 in 5 Canadians earning less than 20,000 Canadian dollars still do not file their tax returns. To address this, the government plans to expand automatic filing to middle-class Canadians. This initiative marks a significant change in how Canadians will engage with their tax system, making it easier and more accessible for everyone. Imagine a world where filing your taxes is as simple as a click of a button. This is the future the government is working towards.
Celebrating 60 years of the Nutcracker in Montreal. This year marks a special milestone as the Nutcracker Ballet celebrates its 60th anniversary in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Joining the cast is professional dancer Andrew Guidouy, who shares the stage with his 7-year-old daughter, Gemma, making her exciting first appearance as a little mouse. Originally adapted in 1964 by the talented Quebec choreographer Fernand Nault, the Nutcracker has become a beloved holiday tradition for families. This enchanting production features 45 skilled dancers and 100 young performers from the renowned École Supérieure de Ballet du Québec. Each year, the intricate sets and stunning costumes take more than 4,500 hours to prepare, adding to the magic of the performance. Running at Place des Arts until December 30th, this cherished ballet brings joy and nostalgia to the community, making it a highlight of the festive season. Don't miss the chance to experience this timeless classic.
Leadership crisis in Canada. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is navigating turbulent waters as he faces a leadership crisis in Canada. This comes after Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland unexpectedly stepped down due to policy disagreements. Her resignation raises serious questions about the security of the Liberal Party, which is currently operating as a minority government, meaning they hold less than half the seats in Parliament. As the House of Commons in Ottawa prepares to close for winter break on December 19, it will reconvene on January 27. A crucial confidence vote is expected in late February or March, which will determine whether the government retains the support it needs to continue. The Governor-General, Mary Simon, who represents King Charles III, has the authority to remove a prime minister. However, this is unlikely if Trudeau maintains the confidence of the House. The ongoing situation could significantly impact the Canadian economy and public services, creating uncertainty for citizens and investors alike. What does this mean for everyday Canadians? The stakes are high, and the future of Canadian politics hangs in the balance.
Murder trial of Romane Bonnier in Montreal. The murder trial of Romane Bonnier, a 24-year-old aspiring singer, is currently underway in Montreal, Canada. Tragically, Bonnier lost her life on October 19, 2021, near McGill University. The accused, François Pelletier, is facing serious charges of first-degree murder. The trial has faced delays because Pelletier is struggling to find a lawyer. Bonnier's death is a heartbreaking reminder of the violence women face, marking the 17th killing of a woman in Quebec in 2021. This highlights the urgent need to address domestic violence. The trial is scheduled to continue in December 2024, drawing attention to the critical actions needed to combat violence against women.
Montreal police seek suspects in NATO protest. Montreal police are actively searching for 6 suspects involved in a violent demonstration against NATO that occurred on November 22, 2023. This protest was ignited by NATO's role in the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict, which has tragically resulted in thousands of Palestinian deaths. During the demonstration, windows were broken and vehicles were set ablaze near the convention center in downtown Montreal. Authorities have released images of the suspects, who were seen wearing dark clothing and masks. Shortly after the protest, police took 3 people into custody, and more arrests are expected. They are urging anyone with information to contact local officials. This incident highlights how local protests can connect to global issues, showing the powerful reactions that international conflicts can provoke within communities.
Misconduct allegations at Montreal Youth Rehabilitation Center. 4 employees were dismissed from Site de Prairies, a youth rehabilitation center in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, following shocking claims of inappropriate behavior involving minors. An internal inquiry revealed that 9 female teachers allegedly engaged in unacceptable relationships with young residents. Assunta Gallo, the director of youth protection, confirmed these disturbing findings during a news conference. Additionally, 2 managers were suspended with pay. A total of 24 reports of wrongdoing were filed, with at least 1 confirmed relationship resulting in a pregnancy. The investigation uncovered significant gaps in staff training and the presence of banned items, including drugs, at the center. Montreal police are now investigating, which could lead to criminal charges. This troubling situation raises serious concerns about the safety of at-risk youth and highlights the urgent need for stricter regulations in youth facilities. What does this mean for the future of our vulnerable youth?
Canada's rental market update. Have you ever wondered how the rental market in Canada is changing? The Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, known as CMHC, has some eye-opening news. In 2024, Canada saw the largest jump in purpose-built rental supply in over 30 years. Renters are now facing an average rent increase of 5.4%, bringing the cost for a 2-bedroom apartment to $1,447 Canadian dollars, which is about $1,072.78. The vacancy rate for these apartments has climbed to 2.2%, up from a record low of 1.5% last year. A big part of this rise in rent is due to high-priced units, with rents skyrocketing by 23.5% when tenants change. Overall, the supply of rental apartments grew by 4.1% compared to last year. In major cities, Toronto experienced the slowest rent growth at just 2.7%, a significant drop from 8.8% in 2023. Meanwhile, Calgary saw a surge in rent due to strong demand. This report highlights ongoing challenges with rental affordability for many Canadians. As rental prices continue to climb, what can be done to ensure housing remains accessible for everyone?
La Banquise, a culinary gem in Montreal. La Banquise, a beloved dining spot in Montreal, Canada, has made waves by ranking among the top 100 restaurants in the world, according to Taste Atlas. This recognition shines a spotlight on what makes the restaurant truly special, especially its mouth-watering 35 varieties of poutine, a classic Quebec dish featuring fries, cheese curds, and rich gravy. La Banquise secured the 74th spot, while another Montreal favorite, Schwartz's smoked meat, came in at 41st. This prestigious honor is set to draw even more tourists to Montreal, giving a significant boost to local businesses. Vincent White, the marketing director at La Banquise, expressed his excitement about this achievement, highlighting the restaurant's commitment to serving great food and embracing fresh ideas. If you find yourself in Montreal, be sure to stop by and experience this culinary treasure for yourself.
Heartbreaking incident in Montreal North. A heartbreaking incident unfolded in Montreal North, Canada, resulting in the tragic death of a 69-year-old woman. At around 4:20 p.m., emergency services rushed to the intersection of Henri Bourassa and La Cordaire Boulevards after a bus hit the woman as she was crossing the street. Despite receiving urgent medical attention, she suffered severe injuries and sadly passed away. The Montreal Police Service is currently investigating the situation, raising serious concerns about pedestrian safety in urban areas. While Montreal has various protective measures in place, this tragedy highlights the urgent need for improvements to ensure the safety of pedestrians. What steps can we take to prevent such heartbreaking events in the future?
That is all the news for today. Thank you for listening to today's Headphone News. News summary brought to you by AI.